when you're teaching a topic such as sustainability, and increasingly climate change came into it, you need to find a way of teaching students in a way that's very effective, meaningful for them, and where they can have an emotional connection to what some of those impacts are, to truly understand it. I looked at scenarios and places where I could make this story and this learning about sustainability clearer, and with a colleague identified this island, or an island in the Pacific, as a good case study. We then decided to try and find a way of applying this idea of experiential learning to this context and this case study in the Pacific. But of course we came up against the issues of how do you help students understand what's happening in the Pacific when you're struggling to send them there. So initially I started by developing an open sim version which uses gaming software to try and replicate this island, which the real island is replicated in a digital form using gaming software, and over time that gaming software has become much better, much more high quality, so that most recently now I've been able to also use virtual reality, and students can now visit that island using virtual reality headsets, and through that be truly immersed in the island, in the visuals of the island, but also through the auditory domain, because there are lots of sounds that connect them to the island. So that sense of immersion is actually really strong.
Using the VR tool really helped with my learning. It sort of helped create a connection between the real life situation, because we were sort of seeing a real place in Fiji and connecting that with a theory we were learning in class. It also helped us to create a sort of better understanding of the scope of what we were dealing with, how environmental, social and economic issues were going to affect a place of such size.
The response to all of this has been fantastic, particularly over the last year. There has been a lot of attention also from outside the university, international recognition. Beyond those collaborative opportunities, one area I'm quite interested in is to use AI, so artificial intelligence, and to integrate that into the virtual world. And I would like to do this in a way where the community members that are part, of course, of that island community can interact much more readily with the students. A lot of students are growing up with very visual technology, digital technology. Visuals are all around them, whether that's videos or whether it's imagery. It's just omnipresent now. And that's, I think, also why there's a lot of interest, because it does connect 21st century learners with 21st century technology.